All right, what's going on?
Merry Christmas.
Stop touching my... Oh, my word. This is what... No, you did. You changed...
Yes! Welcome to Legion of Comic Correction. It is great to have you back, and it is also great to have all four of us
We're
back
all
here.
here.
Look at us. Look at us. That's how I get in.
I just had to push
That's
the back
how
button.
I get my voice in there, is I just mess up with your stuff,
Wait,
completely throw off your entrance.
Yeah, he's doing that actual vocal intro. We've been missing the
This
sound
is what
waves,
I know
right?
we've been
This is
saying.
what
Yeah,
we've
it
been
was
missing.
just the Price is
Can
Right.
we do the... Can we do the... Can we do the...
Oh.
Yeah.
I've missed that
so
so
good.
much.
So
I've
good to
missed
have you
it
back,
so much.
Sound Wizard.
Oh,
That's
my
true.
goodness.
Sound Wizard, so good. We missed you so much.
It's been 2 episodes without the Sound Wizard, and we have been
5.
struggling. He's
Dude,
back.
5 was terrible.
We
in your
burned.
spot.
Oh wait, see, we decapitated 5.
Yeah,
So a couple
he's
of
just
things.
up there now.
1, he was just ahead. 2, he
Right.
had Hulk hands. Couldn't push a button.
Couldn't push any button.
It
Those
was
Hulk
ridiculous.
hands don't even have posable fingers.
Who
now
says
we got
size
Brett
does
back.
matter?
And Brett's here.
It's been like 15 episodes.
Almost. I think the last one was the holiday episode last year.
So
the
yeah.
last
No
episode
way.
you were in,
So
I think
pretty
so.
close.
No, he was
you
back.
had one in between.
Yeah,
he was back.
I think you had one in between.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I want to say
Really?
Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe?
Maybe Guardians or Ant-Man.
Drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Where did you see me last?
Drop it in the
That's true.
comments and he was
It's
here.
where-
That
Where's
would be
Brett?
that's a good prize. If somebody
I
can
tried
figure
to
that
start
out.
that like a year ago.
Where do you see Brett?
I did. I tried to start
yeah,
that a
you
year
did.
ago with the
Yeah,
I
you
Spy
did.
Brett thing. And
Yeah,
then
nobody-
picked up on it, and I stopped doing it because it was a lot of work for me.
That's fair.
What isn't a lot of work for you,
I
Greg?
don't know.
Turns out I was never there.
All of this.
Turns out I was never there.
Yeah, there was one episode where you appeared over my shoulder, and that's it. So if you can find that one, Legion.
Oh gosh,
We'll give you $100.
massive prize.
No, we won't.
No, we won't. We'll,
I will give you $100.
We'll
We're not
give
going back
you-
to this. We're not selling
I have
you
bri-
number one.
I
Victoria
have
already bought
bribed.
you
We will-
for dirt cheap.
I've
She
bribed
bought
so
you for
much
dirt
money on
cheap.
this thing.
And we've offered to buy movie tickets, and
They
nobody's
just-
taking us up.
I
on
said,
it.
if you're in this
Now, that
area,
one was true.
Yeah.
I will buy you a ticket.
That
we
one
will.
was true.
Personally.
That one was
If
true.
you're in the Philadelphia area and you want to come to a movie with us,
Greater Philadelphia area.
Greater Philadelphia area,
Heck, if you want to
give me a
fly in
check.
from Alaska,
Well, yeah, we won't buy your plane ticket, but we'll buy your
Nope.
movie ticket.
That's
You're
right.
here.
Definitely buy a movie ticket.
that is
for
a
you.
guaranteed $17, my friend.
Sure.
That's right.
Sure.
All right, guys.
Sure.
If you guys like comic books, this is the podcast for you. I know we're just talking about the Sound Wizard, and we get off track a lot, but it's all for
I
the
don't know.
fun.
We've never gotten off track.
Never?
I think we've always been on track.
Yeah,
On
none of us
point.
have ADHD.
No,
Or
not at all.
ADD.
Well, if you like podcasts about comics, guys, this is the place for you. If you are new
Not
here,
those things specifically.
right. If you're new here, guys, like and subscribe. Hit that bell. That's the best way and the easiest way that you guys can support our show. That helps the algorithm, helps move things along, gets people to see our videos. We ticked up. We're getting more subscribers.
I don't believe
almost
in the
every
algorithm.
week.
I'm
I
gonna
do.
talk smack on the algorithm.
No, the reason why I believe in it is because we're not doing well.
I'll fight the algorithm in the street.
Yep.
That's well. If it was an actual thing,
Tag
you
team.
would.
At some point,
I'd
it
pay
will
to
be.
see it.
At some point, it
will be AI? You're gonna fight AI?
Yeah, I'll fight AI.
All right. Well, that's the easiest
Well,
way.
we'll all be fighting AI at some
Technically,
point.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're helping AI right now, though.
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah. Nope. Actually, that's not happening.
If you guys, that's the easiest way you guys can support the show, guys.
Let's fight AI.
Right, it's to fight AI.
Resist.
If you want to support in a bigger way, there's links down in the description below. You can go to our store, our website at legionofcc.com. We can buy sweet merch like that, sweet merch like this, sweet merch like that, and Sound Wizard's got nothing. Wait, what's that?
Oh, pants, bro.
Legion.
You guys put me in a
Put
corner.
the
I
leg
can't
up.
move.
Put the leg up. Kick
Oh,
the
God.
leg up.
Kick
Show off the leg. Show off the leg.
Cramp.
Cramp.
Maybe if I had a larger chair, I could move around. But
Shots fired.
Next week.
So that, guys, you can
Know what
help
that
support
means.
all the
Next
money,
year.
all the money from our store.
oh,
he fell.
He almost broke it again.
Relax. All the money from our store, guys, goes to making the podcast better.
100%.
Everything goes to
100%.
that. It also
we don't say
goes
how
to-
much better.
It's true.
Just say better.
It's not.
It's gotten incrementally better over the years.
It does.
It's true.
It
That's
does.
true.
Leaps and bounds,
It also-
actually. If you look at some of those early stuff, yeah,
That's
leaps
true.
and bounds.
Yeah. Go back and watch your old. No, don't go back and watch.
Don't
our old
watch
stuff.
those.
If you guys want to support in an even bigger way, there's a link to our Patreon down below as well. That gets you exclusive stuff like behind the scenes photos and videos and artwork.
Quizzes.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
chances to vote on things, and then free stuff too. So,
What's free?
well, we're going through
FREE.
We're going through a initiative. Our fans are the best fans, and November was our first giveaway.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on Mando right there.
Check out that sticker.
If you're
That's
listening
a
to this
dope,
podcast,
dope sticker.
well, if you're listening to this podcast, it's December,
Yeah.
and that sticker is gone forever.
Missed it.
So you can never get it.
You missed it.
But if you join in December, we have a free gift in December for our Patreon.
Where
Hey,
is
Brett,
it?
Can you do me a favor? Can you grab it for me? It's right there on the
He's
table.
got long arms.
He's got long arms. Hey, hold it up for us.
Yeah, Vanna White that.
Look at
Vanna
that.
White
Look at
that. Hey!
So if you guys are a member at any time in December, you will have access to a post. Every tier gets access to this post, which gives you the process on how to get this special edition exclusive Legion ornament. It's only around for December 2024. Once we get January, the new year, it will be gone forever. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. No shipping, no cost, no nothing. We just send it to your house, and you get a Legion ornament.
Oh, that's
So-
the definition of free.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of times people say it's free and then you have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that because we
Temu.
love our fans.
We don't do Temu.
That's right. All right. Today we are talking about a movie that came out at this point, what was it, like 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Venom. The Last Dance. The third
Last
Venom.
Interesting combination
It's actually
of...
appropriate.
Yeah, that's the perfect...
appropriate.
That's just all of the emotions
Yeah,
combined,
there's
really.
a lot of emotion
It's
there.
like
Tom
crap.
Hardy.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis being only in it for a second.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
definitely
see,
it.
it was good until I said for a second,
Yep.
and then that's when it
Yep.
pivots.
You look great.
Yep. Did look good.
He looked really
Listen,
good.
Listen, I
All right.
can't debate that.
It's a new. It's a new movie though. So spoilers. Spoilers.
Newish.
Yeah.
Newish.
Well, it's pretty.
I mean,
new.
it's as new as we get this year. This year has had
True.
Not that many
3 movies?
good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. not that
75
many,
come out next year.
It's true.
yeah.
Buckle
Close.
up.
Well, with TV shows, yeah.
Yeah.
About 75.
About 7,500.
75.
74. Really.
7,500?
7,500.
All right, guys. So we're going to walk through our review together today. So if you have not seen it, go see it and then come back and watch this episode. Or watch it to get an idea of if you'd like it or not. It's spoilers.
That's a
spoiler
really
full.
good way to do it. That's,
Yeah.
the way that you should do it. You should
Watch
watch
it.
it, then go see the movie,
And then
watch
watch it
it again, and then comment, and then watch it again.
Yeah, I would just say watch it 3 times. You don't even have to see the movie.
Yeah, you don't even have to see it. Just watch it 3 times in a row.
Yeah. All right, we're going to jump into our first section here. Our Carnage Report. Boom! Chainsaws. All right. In our Carnage Report,
I just broke the sword of Azrael. Dang it.
That's what you get.
You sheared
That's
that
what you
right
get.
out of his hand.
Man.
I see it on the floor.
It's far.
That's a good lightsaber, though.
It did. It was.
did what
That
it did what it
lightsaber
was
is
meant
held
to
up.
do.
That's an impressive.
Aw,
Yeah.
poor light.
no.
Well, we'll get some modeling glue.
Oh, you broke it.
Heard that before.
All right, guys. In our Carnage
Listen.
Report, we talk about how much it took to make, how much money it took to make the movie, how much money the movie has made at this point.
Yeah.
We talk about who's in the movie, and we talk
Yeah.
about some of the source material around the movie. So, starting off, as always, we're gonna guess how much did it cost to make this movie. What was the budget of this movie? What do we think?
Heavy special effects movie. I
Right,
gotta
Tom
say.
Hardy and Andy Serkis,
189.
189.
189. That's what I'm putting out
189.
there.
You're right. no.
189 million. There's a lot of
credit
special
for
effects.
Special effects.
And
Yeah.
there's some, I mean, Tom Hardy pulls in a lot.
When
with
you,
his
when you
Two-
start getting the
23.
189, 223. We're in the millions here, folks, not in the hundreds.
Oh.
maybe not
You
for
wanna
Harry.
change your
Harry
number?
hasn't always been there.
One.
He's 223.
One time it panned out. Most of the time it doesn't.
one,
That one time though, that was amazing.
one buffalo nickel.
That's right.
All right.
It's around $3.75.
Okay. All right. What do you think? What do you think,
What do
Brett?
you think, Brett?
Would you say 189?
189.
223.
223.
I feel like it's over 212.
212.
Okay. Solid guess. Solid guess. These
What's
are
the
solid
difference?
guesses.
Hey.
I like them all.
Logan, you're closest.
As usual.
It was 120 million.
Not even close.
Wow.
Not even
You
close.
were close, but you were the
But I
closest.
was the closest.
I was only 100.
I was only one number off.
Million.
I'm deeply impressed.
That's great.
I'm
Yeah.
actually deeply impressed.
We need more movies like this.
We do.
Absolutely.
We need movies where they use a
100%.
way
I
lower
have
budget.
a new
we
respect
make
for
good
this
money.
movie.
Yeah.
For being a $120 million
And
movie,
you know what?
actually.
Venom looked good.
Yeah.
For the most part.
What's the comparison to
The
other
dance.
other costs? Previous Carnage and
Let's see.
the first Venom. I feel like they were much higher. Let Harry do it.
Oh,
Let
yeah,
Harry
it's
do
true.
it. You
Harry's got
continue.
that.
You continue.
Yeah, maybe. I'd say so. Like the scene where Venom is dancing with Mrs. Chen in the casino. Thought looked a little weird. Like not great. It kind of looked like a Fortnite dance.
How much do we think Venom 2 was?
Venom 2 had
I
Woody
thought that was the
Harrelson in.
most expensive.
Venom 2, I'd say
180.
195.
I'm just gonna go 180 based on this.
I saw it, so I won't cheat.
Okay.
Okay.
110.
110.
Wow,
Venom 1,
actually.
Venom
120.
120.
This is
Wow, all around the same.
I am impressed.
Yo, those,
I'm more impressed by Venom now.
Listen, props to those digital artists because that was a small budget and those are some great VFX.
Yeah, for the
And there's a lot of
for the
explosions
price,
in this
Especially
one.
the the Area
For
51 scene.
for what
Whoa,
we
yeah,
know.
the end with all the symbiotes, with like all of them fighting
yeah.
the big
Massive
creatures. Yeah,
For what we
That's a
know
lot.
about VFX movies
Yeah.
and the costs, like they boom,
Yeah.
like
Well,
they're
it's-
through the
it's-
roof.
I mean, it's
usually.
Sony.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's
likes
true.
Sony.
Nobody likes it.
All right, at this point, so we are filming
this
it.
is gonna be
This is
interesting.
November 30th is when we're filming this episode.
Mhm.
What do you think the gross, we'll do worldwide, so how much has it made so far?
Okay, so here's the thing. I know for a fact, like the first movie almost crossed, like was approaching $1 billion.
So
it was really
just to give context, it came out October 25th. So it's
Of this year?
Of this year. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Well,
of-
I've been
of
looking
last
up all the other ones, so I didn't hear what you were
So-
talking about.
Yeah, no. So this movie came out October 25th. Today is November 30th. So it's been a month. It's been out.
No,
I think
it's
I remember-
December something.
Oh yeah,
I think
right.
I remember the
December, like,
first
8th.
one being
Wait.
around like 800 something. The second one was around 600 something.
At the end of its
At the
run,
end of
though.
its run.
Yeah,
At the end of its run.
Domestic and or like
Well,
world.
global.
Worldwide,
Yeah, global.
worldwide.
Worldwide,
So
worldwide.
I'm gonna actually go.
Wow.
I think this one got hurt by a lot of negative press.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna go 260.
Two-
Like only 260.
Only
what we're at
260
now.
at
Yeah.
this
What
point.
were we at? A
At
month
this
and a
point,
half?
At this point,
a month and like 2 days.
Or
a
at
month
this
and 5
point,
days.
You said what?
260.
260.
260.
I think that's too low.
I think it's
I'm
too low.
actually way too
I'm
low.
going to say
You
389.
locked it in 389.
Yeah, I
I
said
was going to say
260, but I'm
350.
350,
It
389.
started hot. It started hot.
260.
260. It did start hot. So right now we are at 460 million.
Wow.
460.
Impressed.
Yeah,
But that's-
doing good.
Well,
It's not bad.
but it's really dragging behind the others.
I don't know where the other ones were. At
Sure,
this
but they still
time
made
of
their
the run.
budget back, which is very unheard
Yeah.
of for anything
For a
right
Sony
now.
Right,
movie.
listen, 120
Yeah, but-
budget.
Not even Sony, just movies now.
It's not
I
even
agree
down.
with
I
you,
mean,
but
yes,
no,
from the
no.
other movies.
From the other
Yeah,
movies,
you're right.
You're talking a 200 million drop.
What
between
3
each
movies can you name from the MCU that didn't do that?
That didn't go
Besides
down.
Infinity War and
that didn't
Thor.
That didn't go down.
Yeah.
with
So
all three.
Spider-Man.
Captain America went up.
Thor.
Thor. He said not Thor.
Oh, not Thor?
Yeah, Spider-Man went up. Captain
So wait,
America
wait,
went
time
up.
out, time out. You're telling me, Logan, name for me what set of 3 movies didn't do that. Exclude the 2 that did it. Like you're already excluding.
There's already other ones out there in the MCU that have done that.
Yeah, there's a
Right, I
bunch.
agree
There's
with
a
you,
bunch.
but there's also a bunch that haven't.
Sure,
and
sure.
You're already
But
trying
Thor,
to eliminate
Thor went up and then
Thor.
down.
up and down.
Yeah, Thor did a
Thor
V.
did a V.
Thor did a V.
Well,
100%.
not really. Love and Thunder did well.
No,
Like
Love and Thunder
money-wise. It was a terrible movie, but money-wise.
But
it
we're
did
not
well.
talking 4. We're talking 3. Love and Thunder was 4.
Oh,
we're talking
yes.
3.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah.
Third,
That's why he
3.
said- then he went down.
Ragnarok went through the roof.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Right.
So, like, when you're
Yeah.
talking,
Iron Man went down.
Did Captain America?
Captain America went up. Oh yeah,
Went up.
Civil War was
Yeah,
his third.
because it was Civil
Right.
War.
But
Well,
what do
and
you
Winter
want?
Soldier
What
was
do you
head and
want?
shoulders over.
How many?
First
How many
Avenger.
do you want me to name? We've already named 4.
So, but the fact of the matter is, what Harry said is big though, because it was 120 budget. It's already made 460. Like
Right.
I
that's
agree.
freaking
What did
I'm not
one make?
disagreeing.
800?
I'm just saying.
Huh?
Which one made 800? One?
One.
One was
One
close
went
to
through.
$1 billion.
One
One
was
was great.
amazing.
and it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was, and I
Yeah.
bet you. I bet you.
I
two,
don't know if 1 was worth that much, but it
It was
was,
good, though.
very good. It
I
was
bet
very good.
It was the first Sony movie that wasn't a Spider-Man MCU movie that was
Yeah.
actually good.
Yeah, actually, Venom's the only thing carrying
Yeah.
Sony's
Yeah, he's-
strictly.
Madam
He's
Web,
on-
Morbius, and
Yeah.
then we
Oh
got
no,
Craven's
Venom,
coming
I
out.
don't,
Craven
I don't
coming
disagree
out.
with that at all. Venom has
Yeah.
put Sony on
Venom
its
put it
back.
on his back.
Yeah, Tom Hardy did. Really.
Tom Hardy really
That's
did.
really what it
And
is.
Mrs.
Right.
Chen.
And I can't wait to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that.
Mrs.
But let's
Chen,
keep going.
Mrs. Chen is
Mrs.
so-
Chen has made it work.
She's-
Martin.
I love her
Like
so
Martin.
much. Like Martin,
Yeah. The van driver.
the
guy.
the dude, the alien conspiracy guy. He was great. I was expecting him to be a symbiote. You were saying that too, right? You're expecting
Yeah.
Martin to be a symbiote. All right, cast. So we've got a few people coming in here. Not a lot of returners. So we'll go over the
Lot of
returners
changing.
first because we got a lot of new people in here. So we've got Tom Hardy coming back, obviously, as Eddie Brock, and Venom. He's the voice of Venom as well. He fashioned it after his dog, how he believes his dog speaks, which I think is fantastic. And then we have Stephen Graham returning as Detective Mulligan, who we saw.
We thought he was dead.
Die at the end of Carnage, but the Carnage after credit scene was the symbiote kind of coming onto his body, so it was pretty sure that he was going to come back, and he did. He came back. I think he was Agony was the symbiote for him. We'll go over all the symbiotes after this, the ones that appeared in the movie, because there was a whole buttload of symbiotes. And then Peggy Lou came back as Mrs. Chen. Those were our main.
Thank God they really had to go out and get her.
She was great. Yeah, she's doing all those other movies. And then we had some also, I mean, like Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I love
Ejiofor. Is it
Ejiofor?
Even with the J in there?
Yeah, I
Ejiofor?
believe it is.
He's freaking great.
I love him.
He's such a good.
I think he's an amazing actor.
Mordo is such a great character in the Doctor Strange movies. I wish they would do more with him.
Yeah,
you wish they did more Mordo.
More Mudu.
More Mordo.
More Madu.
More Madu, dude.
Mordo. I want some Madu.
No, do you know what I actually
he
know
played
him from?
Strickland. What do you know him for? Tenet, the Chris Nolan time
No,
travel movie.
go way back.
What do you know him from?
So it was the
Tenet.
Firefly movie.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's the enforcer. The guy
He's the
that goes
enforcer
to kill Shepard.
Yep.
Oh man, you're right. Yo,
Yeah.
He looks the same.
He
looks
hasn't
no
aged.
different.
He's
That man
always
hasn't
looked bad.
aged
He is
a day.
He's always looked bad. You said like a bad guy, or like bad, like with his health.
It's rough.
Just
He's
rough.
a rough dude. He's a
You're
rough
talking about
dude.
Martin, right? The guy who played Martin. Oh, wait, who are you?
No, Chiwetel Ejiofor.
He's Strickland.
main-
General
yeah,
Strickland.
Strickland.
The guy that has the SWAT team that goes after Venom and. He
yeah.
plays
No, he
Mordo
doesn't.
in Doctor
Martin
Strange.
does look rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He
You're
still
right.
looks rough.
Yeah,
He's a tough.
yeah.
He's a
Reese
tough
Ifans.
looking dude.
Yeah.
He's a scary dude.
He's a
like,
scary
yeah,
dude.
You
He's in something
don't
else,
want
too.
him
He
coming
looks-
after you.
I love
I
him
know
in
him from
in,
Martian. The guy.
oh yeah, you're right. I love him in Multiverse of Madness. That Mordo with like the dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was
Yes.
He's part of the
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I
Illuminati.
kind of forgot he was Mordo.
Super cool. All right, and then we get Juno Temple as Dr. Teddy Payne, who is not actually a completely real character in the comics. A little bit of amalgamation. We'll talk about that later. She also becomes a symbiote. And then
Everyone's
Reese-
a symbiote in this one. Let's be honest.
Rhys Ifans, I'm butchering his name, the guy who plays Martin. RHY.
Yeah,
looks
he's
rough.
the
Rice.
he's the
Rice.
kicker from
Rice.
the replacements.
Yeah.
He was in Spider-Man too, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Dr.
he was,
Connors.
He's Dr.
He's
Connors. He's
Dr.
the
Connors,
lizard.
the lizard.
Lizard.
Yeah,
Lizard.
not in this universe. This universe, he's a alien
See,
hunting dude.
that's an oversight.
Sloppy.
That's sloppy.
Sloppy.
That is sloppy.
Well,
Because he came back.
Thank you.
he did, but they have not confirmed that Andrew Garfield is the Spider-Man of this universe of Marvel baddies. Like, so the Spider-Man picture that we see in Morbius, Morbius, whatever that stupid movie was, when he's going through the alleyway and it's like it says like villain or something over, that's Tugboat Tobes' Spider-Man costume. So the thought is that this universe is the one that Toby is part of, not Andrew.
This is getting sloppy, dude. It's getting sloppy.
Well, it's
I'm with Harry.
Amy Pascal. It's Pascal Pictures, man. The only reason
I'm
why the
telling you.
Spider-Man was any good was because MCU took it over.
I'm telling you.
All right, so that's the people in it. We got some good names. Got some good. I thought they all did fine. I wasn't super impressed with anybody's performance. I loved Eddie Brock's.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's
I mean,
great.
Tom Hardy's
He's top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier. Yeah.
Top
All right.
tier.
All right, so comic connections here. We've got two main connections for our source material. One is Knull, which they don't really end up using, but he's a huge character in the comics.
And he's
big
nothing in this.
Right, he's big and
He's a name.
Do they mention
He's a name.
Knull at all in
in
Love
the
and
other
Thunder?
ones. Oh, no, but that's his
No,
sword.
That's his
that is
sword.
His
his
necromancer sword
Yes.
is the sword. So he's
Dope
big
sword.
He's big in the Thor series in the comics. He's
All
big
I'm
in
saying.
Venom.
Dope.
Yeah,
Big sword guy.
If you haven't read
Big sword guy.
As you
Unlike
can see-
this guy.
If you haven't read the King in Black
That's
series,
that's a top tier sword right there.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, Azrael sword.
Azrael
Yeah.
sword is top
Yeah.
tier sword.
If you haven't read the King in Black series, you should. It's really great, and that has a lot of Knull in it. Knull takes place in a lot of he crosses over a lot of different people in or series is in the comics. So
Knull
he's
is a
great.
real villain.
Yeah, this is.
He's
a
not
real-
null and void.
I'm just gonna get right. I'm just gonna. Well, he's in the void. They called it, which is also
true.
sloppy because the void is the place that in the MCU. I mean, it's
Now
different
you're
universe.
starting. We're getting them.
Different
We're
universe.
getting them,
All
Harry.
right, this is from.
Which is also sloppy.
Welcome to the multiple universes that there's very confusing. It
Getting
sucks.
sloppy.
This is from
DCU.
comicvine.com. I just want to read
Comic
what
Vine.
Knull is, and then all we got to see is him sitting on his throne. So
It's a
Knull.
very- yeah.
Knull rules the primordial universe alone until the arrival of the Celestials, who begin filling his domain with matter, light, and life. He went to war against them, so he fought Celestials
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean,
and their creations to return the universe to a dark void, creating many powerful weapons to aid him, including the development of the Necro Sword and
yeah.
the Symbiotes.
Yep.
So he's essentially the father of the Symbiotes.
Yep.
And he's kind of got oozy powers himself, and he's got a giant sword that can kill gods. And all he did was sit on his butt. So that kind of stunk. What did you just say?
that's
He said
inappropriate.
he's got
that
ooze-
was that was bad.
He's got
that was
oozy
bad.
powers. That's like skeet.
That was bad.
All right, we're gonna.
Some would say bad is good.
This is a family show.
Ooze
All right,
like goo.
ooze like goo. Yeah, right. Like
Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah.
The greatest villain. Some would say.
Some would say.
Some would say the greatest villain of
They
all
should have
time.
just gotten him to come in. All right. So here's and then we had.
Where's that guy? Let's get that actor to play Knull.
We had a break. Oh my goodness, we had a breakdown of all the different symbiotes in this movie. Again, this isn't a storyline that really exists in the comics necessarily. All right. So here are the symbiotes that we saw appear in the movie. We
This will
have
be good.
yeah, we have Toxin, which is the symbiote that attached to Patrick Mulligan. Then we also have Agony is a symbiote that connects. So that symbiote she connects with Teddy Payne, but that's not who she connects with in the comics.
Right.
And that's where it's a little bit different. So Teddy Payne is the character from the movie. Thaddeus Payne is the character from the comics. And then we have a symbiote called Lasher, who took over the doctor who had the Christmas tree.
I thought they were these names started to get like the freaking names
They're-
from Dodgeball.
Either that or
Thrasher.
Thrasher.
I was thinking of
Flasher.
like Power Ranger villains.
Or just all of Santa's
What color was
reindeer.
Yeah.
Greenish. It had like, the
this
tentacles.
is
the one before was
Blitzen.
purple,
It was
right?
purple. Yeah.
Oh, that's Rudolph.
Yeah. So Lasher is from the comics, and I didn't know that doctor with like the Christmas tree pendant. That doctor's name was actually the character's name was Sadie Christmas. Like her name was Christmas.
Classy.
So, and Sadie Christmas.
We really
is,
they just leaned into that
Yeah,
one.
well,
they
I mean,
leaned right into
at
it.
least she's from the comics. So Sadie is from the Absolute Carnage event, not from the comics. Then we've got so this symbiote. It looked like the symbiote called Phage. But they didn't actually. It wasn't any connection in the, like it didn't look quite exactly like it. But people are thinking that it probably was. That was the big orange one. It's the one that grabs the security guard.
Yeah.
That gets shot at the end. It's like the friend of the doctors. So Phage. And then there was a few others that
There's too
they
many.
didn't. Yeah, they didn't really give names to, like the one that was like the combined twin, the one of the two symbiotes combined into one. That kind of looked like other symbiotes from the comics, but they didn't really fit in. People believe that they were originals for this movie. So there was those kind of 4 or 5
probably did.
that were from the comics, and then the other ones were just kind of like, well, we're just gonna make cool looking Venom-y creatures. I mean, they all kind of look the same, but those few definitely had like the characteristics of the ones in the
Specific
comics. Like the
characteristics.
tendrils,
Yeah.
and the one that could go really fast. I can go really fast. The whole lightning thing, the science getting struck by lightning and having like lightning powers. That's not from the comics.
I
That was
don't
really
think we get
strange.
enough development of some of these
No,
symbiotes,
definitely
like in the
not.
whole storyline
They
there.
threw 'em all in
if
there
we
at the
have
end.
to ask why the symbiotes are even like rebelling against Knull,
Right,
like,
right.
It's kind of we didn't get enough there.
The only answer they gave in the movie is that Knull wanted to kill them.
Right.
But
Right,
why
but
did he
why
wanna
does
kill
now
them?
he want to kill? He created them to fight against the Celestials.
Well, but that's from the comics. That's not necessarily
right.
from the movie.
Okay,
So
true,
who knows
true,
why?
true. But like, so, but I would
Maybe they
assume
just oozed out of him. Maybe he didn't do it on purpose.
Maybe
You know, it was they were happy accidents.
That's a crappy storyline too. I mean, like,
Yeah, it's like,
they
"Oops,
were happy accidents.
I made a.
They oozed out of him, and they were happy accidents. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for that line.
So many.
Thanks for that line. Strider was also a happy accident.
Ah, there it is.
We'll be right back, folks. All right.
All right, Dr. Phil.
Let's get in.
You need a divorce.
Let's get into our comic review. All right, guys, comic review time. Again, none of us are super like symbiote readers. I love Spider-Man, but I'm not like I didn't read a whole lot of the Lethal Protector and like extra Venom stuff. So I'm not. I love Spider-Man.
That's pathetic.
No, it's not.
Get your life together.
I try.
Priorities.
How many?
You named your son after a Spider-Man character, and you don't know what we're talking about here?
How many? I didn't name it Eddie Brock. How many? How many current run Batman stuff are you reading? Exactly right.
Non-existent.
Yeah,
I have
right,
5
exactly.
children.
And
I continue to go back to.
do.
5 children.
5 children. All right. Well, I've got 1.
Yep.
All right.
I have a dog.
That's like
Very
5 children.
crazy dog.
That is not like 5
he's got
children. Don't
the-
you put that
he's got
out
the
there.
energy.
You know that. You know that better than anybody who
You know
puts
what?
it out there.
I'll
like
take
to-
your
It's
5
like a
children.
child.
You haven't met my dog yet.
I'd like
That
to
is a
say. I'd like to
bold
say
lie.
that his dog has more energy than all 5 of your children put together.
You haven't met my dog.
You would like to say that.
Yeah,
You would
I
like
can't.
to say
I
that.
can't.
Can you say that?
Not honestly.
Not honestly. You would like
Listen,
to.
if you don't put your kids in cages, that's your guys' problem, not mine.
Hey, we'll be right back.
We're crate training Scout.
And we'll be right back. Oh my word! How many of you are going to do this episode?
Oh, man.
So let's just what do we think? What was good things, bad things? We've been in a dry spell of good comic book movies. So we were kind of hoping. I think we all kind of went into this with really low expectations,
Very low.
but we all
I
love.
don't know if I could have gotten any lower.
Well, but we all love Tom Hardy. So
Yeah.
like our love of
Yeah.
Tom Hardy made us at least a little bit excited to see this movie. So what do we think? Brett, why don't you start us out, man? What did you think of the movie? Tell us a good thing and a thing you didn't like.
Yeah. Kick us off, Brett.
Kick us off.
Oh, a good thing. You mentioned
Oh, a good thing.
there weren't many, but no, the monologues were good. Him and Venom. The monologues were good the whole
Yeah, I
time.
love how that's technically a monologue. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's pretty quality.
Those are always like some of the best parts, not just of the movies, but comics. Like
Yeah,
you're
no,
just
yeah,
talking
talking
to
to
yourself,
himself.
bro.
Yeah.
When he threw him, the part where he got thrown off the plane and that
Yes,
whole sequence
yes.
where he meets Martin, that's funny.
Yes.
Though I think they're cool. There's one cool
He
scene
gives him
though.
the vegan food and he just
Yes.
Why can't I eat this? Yeah.
No, the one scene though is I don't remember which symbiote it was that jumps off the chopper, grabs the blades. And,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was sick.
The one with the tendrils.
green
with
one.
the green tendrils.
Was it great?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
who.
That was
was
his name
that Christmas?
The guy.
Christmas. No,
Oh,
it
it
was
was
Christmas.
yeah, after she
'cause
got it.
she was red and green. She has like little red.
Who did we say
stripes
that
there.
was with Christmas? Who did we say? Was it Agony?
I closed this already.
Yeah,
I closed
yeah.
all the
I think it's
tabs.
Agony.
I think it might have been,
yeah.
but like grabbed the
Spirit of
blades and
Christmas,
like
obviously.
Agony is the spirit of Christmas.
That would have been
That
sad.
base, somebody needs a raise. Whoever makes that base needs a
Right,
raise.
whoever designed that little Lego base. Oh my
Yeah,
word! Yeah,
yeah.
that was cool. There was a lot of cool scenes in that end fight.
Yeah, negative. Gosh,
I love when
Where to
Brett,
start?
I love when Brett sees the movies. This is great.
What do you got?
Honestly, not much different when he doesn't see the movies.
it's
I'm
not.
just kidding.
I can't pick one.
Yeah.
Give us
Give us like
what's
your least
top?
favorite.
What's,
Like, what's one of your top?
What really bothers you? You
Yeah.
think back and you're like, this is just this
I
bothers
wish- I
me.
wish
It doesn't
they
even
didn't
have to
do
be
this.
the worst thing.
Yeah.
It's just it bothers Brett.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know what bothered me. Oh, I thought the whole casino scene was. Although what the funny thing about my negative comment about the casino scene
Yeah.
is the scene out front where
When
he
he's
fights the
stu-
dude.
I was gonna say the inner monologue things.
That was funny.
when he takes the dude's suit and he goes to Mrs. Chen and he's like, "I got this suit from a guy who peed on me."
It's like,
It's
there's
just
a
like,
guy,
what?
a guy over there. He,
That's
the
so
cops run over there.
good. Yeah, but
this-
yeah, the casino
The
scene.
casino scene was
the
weird.
Dance.
The dance was weird.
Yeah, it was like a Fortnite dance.
Was it Dancing Queen? What is?
I don't remember what the
I
song
think it was Dancing Queen. I think it was ABBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Thankfully, they quickly like switched and transitioned to full on fight, which was
Yeah.
it
cool,
was. Right,
but-
right. They burst
Yeah.
through the glass casino. The monster came. The monster came because
Yes.
because he set off the
But I'm also not super
beacon.
familiar with Miss Chen, so
I don't think she's real.
She's just the
in
one
the
that's-
comics.
so it was weird.
I think she's just a.
She's the convenience store lady.
yeah.
She's
who
like
sells
what
them
is it?
chocolate.
Comic relief. She's just a
Who's
comic
apparently
relief.
an avid gambler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Which you
Successful
never
gambler.
knew.
Mrs. Chen
Yeah.
always just shows up at that time.
Yeah,
at that
right.
time.
She was
you
funny.
need her. You need her. She's
right.
there.
Need a laugh. There's Mrs. Chen.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
yeah,
It
she
just seemed
was
like
great.
that whole dance scene was like that. That's
Yeah, it was
you know when you
weird.
see an episode
She's
that's
the
part of a
Stan
series
Lee
and it's
of
like,
the
oh, this
Sony
doesn't really
universe.
do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like
yeah.
that.
She's
I
the
ca-
Stan Lee of the Sony
There were a lot of
universe.
those.
She
Yeah,
just
that's true.
shows.
She makes the cameos.
She makes the cameos.
I think it. I wonder if that was one of those things where like the kids are gonna love this.
Yeah.
And then maybe they
Probably.
maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I'm not.
I don't
I'm
know.
Not
I'm not
child.
a kid. I'm
Did
not
you
a
love it?
kid.
None of your kids are old enough.
Nope. They're not for this. Nope.
Parker already saw it, but
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to
Kidding me?
initiate him somehow.
that's right. He
Yeah.
likes it
I
when
hear you.
Venom eats people's heads off.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Oh, that
adds
was a
up
cool
for him.
scene too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, with the
The
dog.
dog attacking. Nobody
Yeah.
likes attacking dogs. Like,
No,
come
dog
on.
fights.
No.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Take
Nope.
care of those guys.
That's right.
And he did.
All right, Harry, what do you think, man? What was your a good part, bad part in the movie, or not in the movie, just in your life?
Good
Gotta
parts.
Cut all that. Got to cut all that dead air. Jesus Christ! You know he's coming to you. Nobody's
Jesus?
thinking. Nobody think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Him too. But like you don't think ahead
How
of
am I
time?
supposed to know he's coming to me?
I've got. What,
Why didn't he go to
Jesus
you?
Christ.
Why didn't he
Jesus
go to
Christ.
you first?
I'm prepared. I could do
All right,
it
then
right
go.
now. Okay, fine. So I would say that.
I'm
my
sorry.
top
I'm looking
pick-
up if Mrs. Chen is real or not. What are you doing over there? Holding your
Ready
bag.
to go. Ready to go. Ready to go. Born ready. Born ready.
Talk.
Born ready.
Talk.
So, all right. My favorite thing.
That's
is
terrible. No.
I actually-
Anyway, so back to me.
we'll be right back.
Go
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, Harry.
No. I'm
No,
looking up
you
Mrs.
go
Chen is
ahead.
right.
You go ahead.
Oh my word, Logan, just go.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to weigh in.
So here's the thing. I'm going to take it,
Wait, yeah,
a
go ahead.
slightly easy one, which is also I love Chitwell Okafor. I
Yes,
think he's an
yes.
amazing actor. So the combination of
He is
Tom
great.
Hardy and Chitwell Okafor,
Yeah.
they are phenomenal actors.
Yes.
So I really love seeing them being able to flex their acting chops in a very different way than what you normally see them in.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
normally see Tom Hardy in like Peaky Blinders, that
Yeah.
type of movie.
bad guy, the thug.
He's yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So to see him being like this strung out, deranged Venom is always
Yeah.
like amazing to be able to see. And he,
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is, it never gets tiresome for me. Like
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point, you would think I'm going to get tired of this dynamic of this strung out guy who's just constantly having a double dialogue, an internal dialogue, which isn't an
Right.
internal
He
dialogue.
commits, though. That's
He's
the
so
thing.
committed.
As
He's
soon
so
as-
committed.
As soon as he ate those live lobsters in the first movie,
Right. Oh my gosh,
we
the live-
knew,
yes. Yeah,
we
yeah.
knew that
Ready
he
to
was
go.
going to be great.
And then Chitwell Okafor, he plays an
Yeah.
amazing villain, like he
Yeah.
always has, and he
But
keeps
he
getting
was kind
cast.
of good though. Now,
Y-
like
yeah.
he wasn't really a bad. I found
Well,
myself
and this is
siding
where the
with him
problem
more
comes
than-
in.
and he sacrificed himself.
This
at
is
the
where the
end.
problem comes in.
Yeah.
We always have these villain, not villains,
Well,
and
he shouldn't have been the bad guy though. Knull should have been.
yeah, but okay.
Like
so
he
now
was a good character.
there's the bad.
Is that your bad one?
That's my bad. That's my bad.
It's everyone's
you,
bad
You've
one.
got. I know. So I could give another one, but like
Yeah,
the
no,
thing for
continue.
me is. We got a taste of Knull.
Right,
Knull's
right.
name is brought up. Knull is technically the big bad in the distance, right?
Yeah, you see his eyes, his face,
And
his-
so we have the
His
xenophages
sword.
that all come and
Those
everything.
things are cool, though.
They are. They
look like
are.
they look like
I'm
the-
not debating any of
look like
that.
the new dogs in Call of Duty,
Yeah, those
the spider dogs.
don't. Yeah,
He wouldn't know.
nightmares.
Yeah, he never plays.
So
Go on.
with all of that, I think
Yeah.
like you're right. You said you hit the nail on the head. He shouldn't have been the big bad.
Right.
Knull should have been, and that's why
Yeah.
I started this
Yeah,
off
yeah.
by saying Knull is a real villain.
Yeah,
He's evil.
Yeah,
he's
and
pure,
he's up there, like, in
pure
power level.
evil. And in power level,
Yeah.
he's fighting Celestials. Like
Yeah.
this man was sitting around waiting for something to come and challenge him.
Yeah, in the dark.
void, in just
Yeah.
darkness. This man's just sitting in darkness,
Yeah.
and then the Celestials show up, and they're like, "We're gonna make life," and he's like, "Not on my watch."
Like, I'm gonna-
and he's like,
I'm gonna
"No,
craft a sword.
yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
craft
gonna-
a sword that kills gods."
I'm gonna ooze
But
some
see,
children.
that's a problem with MCU and Sony, Marvel, whatever
Yeah.
studios, is they've never been able to take a
Pure
big,
villain.
big bad
Yep.
besides Thanos.
Right.
That's it. That's the only one they've ever been able to take.
we-
And he's even just he's like middle of the road.
Yeah,
But here's the
he's
thing.
morally
So-
gray. But we talked about.
Here's the thing.
James Gunn did it with the High Evolutionary.
High evolutionary
He
in
was
terms
pure
of being
evil.
a pure evil.
Pure
No, I'm not
character.
talking about just big bad. I'm talking about like outer galactic
Oh, sure.
bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
So
feel
like
big-
Galactus,
big
no
size.
Celestials,
Like,
Well,
yeah.
we
So
got
super
Expendables. I mean,
The Incredibles.
no, the other one, the
Guardians
Internals.
of the
Oh, the
No.
Eternals.
The
Oh, the
Eternals.
Eternals.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
Expendables.
talking.
Expendables 17.
Let me hear you. Let me hear if I'm hearing you correctly.
I'll let you hear if you hear. I'm
Let me
hearing.
check if I'm hearing you
Sylvester
correctly.
Stallone was Icarus.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
word.
I'm Kid Icarus. Or not Kid Icarus.
No,
I'm
no,
Icarus.
Kid Icarus is the
They-
Nintendo video game.
I'm Pit.
I'm pit.
Hi-ya-ya-ya. Hi-ya-ya-ya.
I'm more of
That's a pro move. Hi-ya-ya.
I'm Ness.
That is
I'm
the pro
Ness.
move.
with my
Yeah.
crack.
So
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Marvel's
Back to this.
issue is they hit a certain power level
And then they're just like, nope.
and they can't handle
Yeah,
it.
and they're just
And
like,
they can't handle
they
it.
dabble in it.
Right.
Like, we're going to talk about this. And people are like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Like,
July.
we're going to do nothing with that.
Well, yeah. So
July
like,
2025.
I think the Eternals is a great example. Those guys are
They
S
should have been-
level power levels, and
Yeah.
they just like botched it.
S
But
tier.
you know what? But you
Yeah.
know what? I'm glad they realized they did a crap job, and we're just like, we're gonna make it disappear.
Well, no,
Why
no,
didn't
no,
they
no,
just
no.
do a good job off the bat?
I know, but they did.
So you brought up,
Yeah.
you brought up James Gunn, and James Gunn doing a great job. But
He
he
did a
also
great
did a
job.
terrible thing in that movie too.
James Gunn
So yeah, so
Oh,
high
in which one?
evolutionary.
Yeah.
You're talking S tier, high level, high power, really, really powerful, and then he ruined
He's alive.
who?
The High Evolutionary.
Good. Well, yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What I'm not. That's not what I was gonna.
Okay.
He ruined actually. Oh my gosh.
Adam Warlock.
Yes.
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Warlock. They
He's a
made-
joke.
He
He's a
nerfed him a little
joke.
bit. He
They
nerfed
turned
him
him
a bit.
into a joke.
Yeah, they nerfed
So
him a
like
bit,
they
for sure.
nerf these
Yeah.
high
Yeah.
power characters that they can't understand. They can't set it up
Yeah.
in the way they set up Thanos. You're exactly right. And so I think Sony's running into that same problem. How do we make a character like Knull
Yeah.
grounded for us to actually for people
Right,
to be
right,
able
right,
to
right,
access where they're like actually
yeah.
they can't access it. We can't.
But
He
that's a good
fights
thing.
Celestials.
We shouldn't be able to access him though.
Right, but
should
and that's
be,
the
yeah,
point.
right,
But
right.
how do you then build a storyline to where you can access
Right,
it? It
right, right.
requires time. It requires commitment, and people aren't willing to do that
Yeah,
anymore.
nobody wants to do that.
Exactly. So we get a movie like this where
Yeah.
you get Knull teased, and they
Yeah.
may never do anything with it.
I think the biggest
Right.
thing is because people look at the Infinity Gauntlet run,
Yeah.
Yep.
and they're like,
say it. Say
uh,
the truth.
they're
Speak
like, well,
truth.
that's really good and all, but can we ever top that? And I don't think
Right.
anyone's ever committed
Nope.
to doing more.
Right. And they're saying we
yes.
can't. Yeah.
Let me add to that.
Yeah.
Can we top that in a shorter amount of time
And
Because
make
that
more
took
money.
too long.
Want to. Yeah.
That took
Right.
too long.
Yeah. It took,
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
and that was what Marvel did
it
right.
took 15 years.
That was what Marvel did right the
commitment,
first time.
whatever it was.
And
10.
we
It
saw
took 10.
we saw DC do it wrong, and we saw Marvel do it right the first time.
Right.
The Infinity Saga was done right. DC tried
We
to do
don't
it.
have time. We don't have time
Right.
to do that.
Right,
We
DC
need
that's
success
what
Well,
they
it's.
said
I mean,
now.
in their defense,
Right.
it is a lot of work. Like, it is.
Yeah.
But
Like
that's what
they
makes
had
a great story.
RDJ, they had Thor, and they had Chris Evans.
Actor
Yeah.
I say
commitment.
But
Thor.
tell me this. Tell me
Chris,
this.
they had Chris, and RDJ.
Nah, he's
He's the real Thor.
He's Thor.
I want to put it. I want to put a
Sans
real
the
question
legs.
out to you.
Sure.
Put a real question out to all
I
three
got
of
it.
you. Okay. RDJ wasn't RDJ when everything started. He was
Sure.
a risk.
Yeah, he was.
He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
It was
risk.
a big
Right.
risk.
Big risk.
He was a
Just
PR
got out of
nightmare.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Do you not believe you could build a universe like that with time and commitment around Tom Hardy?
100%.
Sure.
I believe you could.
Not as Venom though. Like,
Really?
they should have cast him as somebody else. If they cast him as Venom, that's great. But they bring it with Spider-Man. Like, you can't build a world with Venom. We've talked about this before. You cannot build. This is why all these movies are bombing. Like
Yeah.
in
you're right.
their future
You're right.
pushes, because they're all characters that have one thing in common: they need Spider-Man.
Yeah, they need
Sony
Ezra
did
Miller.
Sony really messed up.
What if they cast Ezra Miller as the new Spider-Man for that universe? Oh my word! I
But
wouldn't go see any of those
like,
movies.
so here's the thing.
Yeah.
You
But you
can't
could.
cast him as Spider-Man. You could cast excuse me, you could cast him as Venom.
Who, Ezra Miller?
No.
Tom Hardy.
No,
Tom
I'm not
Hardy
saying
never
that.
could
I'm
have been
saying Tom
Spider-Man.
Hardy
Never
could have
could've.
been the
Can you imagine
Thanos.
Tom Hardy in high school?
He looks the same. Tom Hardy. No,
Looks like a roided out jock.
I'm saying Tom Hardy. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. I'm saying Tom Hardy could be the Thanos of a world. Could build the world as a big villain. Like he could have built a Spider-Man trilogy with the symbiotes and him leading the cause, and then even end it as Lethal Protector. And
I do want to say, like, Marvel started down that road and then had a major incident with Kang. They
were trying to do the long haul. They were trying to do the long game.
He was scary. He was a villain. He's
great.
just like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Do you know how many?
Oh my word!
Do you know how many?
Which Avenger are you? Have killed
Do you
so
know
many
how
of
many
them.
Avengers I've killed?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ant-Man and Quantumania, it ran into a lot of issues, including that controversy. But you can't ignore the fact that the way that they wrote Kang, regardless of with Jonathan Majors, whether he did the role or not, the way they wrote him. His writing
was
perfect. Terrifying and perfect and wonderful, and I'm so sad we're never going to see the fruition.
Well, not just that, we got a Mortis before that, and a Mortis setting up as you think I'm bad.
Oh my word!
Wait till you
remains.
See.
Jeez.
Wait till you see.
All right, let's get back to Venom.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Harry.
Yeah.
You're up, man.
Let's
find out about Mrs. Chen.
That's how it's
she
done.
is not.
She's not a comic, right? I didn't think so. I thought she was in a.
There is also Mrs. Chen in Shang-Chi, but that's it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
all right, go on.
Stan Lee.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's not the same actress. It's the same name. All right, go ahead.
Saying.
Well, she looks different in every multiverse.
Anyway, I liked I don't know. Towards like the end of the movie, they kind of made Tom Hardy's Venom / whatever have like a connection with the kid. I forget his name, but like the
son,
Martin's
Martin's son.
Yeah, like he kind of looked at it as a way like Eddie wanted kind of to have a family, but can never commit. And like, what's her name? Anne.
I don't remember. She became Screech. Was it Screech or
Screech?
Screech.
She was a symbiote at the end.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what she.
Yeah,
who she became.
I think it was Screech or something. Anyway,
something like that.
Sure. She didn't show up.
She was not in this movie. That's for sure.
They kind of just abandoned.
But I liked how they kind of like made him because Eddie Brock in this Venom especially in the comic books, not in Spider-Man 3. He's kind of like a
Topher.
Topher. He's kind of like a BA guy that does his own thing.
He's a jock reporter, knock people out when he needs the story.
And he's also just a symbiote. So I kind of liked how they made him towards the end of his existence or whatever you want to call it. Kind of like you could feel good about him a little bit. Like he's not just all bad.
Yeah.
And kind of looks like he's drugged out all the time.
Strung out all the
time.
Why are you sweating?
I love how he didn't have shoes for the whole movie.
Yeah. Like, I do, and that's the thing. I think
thanks for the chocolate. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think some of the best. What makes the movie is the dialogue. Like I don't know what Bro was saying. Like that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it's a really good point.
But I do like how they made him seem almost like you could see a glimmer of like him wanting to be like a family man.
Yes.
But then he understands as like a lethal protector, you're also like sacrificial too. And that's the thing. And Venom learned that.
But Venom doesn't understand the family piece. Like,
no.
He's
But
like, I want this for Eddie. I don't get it.
Yeah,
he understands protecting though.
Right.
The Lethal Protector it's a great comic run, and that was cool to see him kind of develop.
They both developed into. Yeah, they both developed into understand each other, like by the end, which was good. Like you don't see that in superhero movies, and
that's very.
I think honestly, that's just because like Tom Hardy really enjoyed doing this, and he put a lot of time and effort into this.
Well, but that's because it's two beings,
right? It's two characters.
They had to learn each other. They had to come together, and you don't have that
almost in a symbiote,
in a symbiotic way. Yeah, that's really
something like that. I wonder if they have a name.
But you don't have that with other characters. Where the only other one you have is Firestorm. Firestorm is two characters brought together within the Firestorm Matrix.
Robbie Mill.
Right. And
there's probably another one out there, but yeah.
But my point being, it's very few.
Johnny
Thunder.
Johnny
I have to,
maybe Cyborg.
for me to have powers, I have to rectify.
You have to coexist
I
with
have
this
to
person.
coexist
Yeah.
with
Right.
this
Works
person.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was good. The character development of Eddie was fantastic, really great.
Yeah,
over the 3 movies.
Yeah, Eddie. They just do a great job with Eddie.
Was there any? What was your biggest grievance, Harry?
Besides, I mean, the Knull's kind
The
of not
Knull
to say it's a
thing,
cop out, but
It is.
It is.
It is.
It's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's the biggest complaint.
Yeah,
It's too egregious. It's too egregious not
Yeah.
to name.
for sure. Yes, for sure. That's the biggest thing. Well, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the Stinger because the Stinger has to do with
sure.
Knull. But
I mean, you know me. I always get annoyed with like technology and stuff.
What was the little thing? What was
Were there
like?
any-
Was there eels? Yes.
Was there like a car that only had 3 wheels or something like that?
There definitely was something. I'm like, I need to remember. I don't remember it.
that undercarriage.
It's been a
is not
while.
from the proper
It's
month.
been what, 2 weeks since we've seen that?
Yeah,
That
like
is
2
a
weeks, yeah.
2024, and this movie was
Yeah,
done in
2020.
2020.
I know. I do pull that
PSP
random crap out sometimes.
Was that in Morbius when the Sony? Right?
I don't
think
know.
it was Morbius where the guy was playing a PSP and it
Yeah,
came-
guy's
and
playing a
it was the
PSP
year
and it's like,
before
yeah, I'm
the
like, this
PSP
is
came
their
out.
own products.
It's the Leo,
And they're-
dude. It's the Leo. That's Harry in the theater all the time.
Every time.
For no, none of us are like. What?
Harry has 2 settings. It's either that or asleep.
It's pretty much true. And in this one, I think I was in the third one, which was just kind of like
you were
existing.
Coasting.
Well, the
Yeah.
movie
You,
ended.
you were
I had a
awake the
long
whole
week
time?
that week.
You were
Well,
awake
but
the whole time.
I was.
Wow.
It passed.
The
It
movie
passed.
ended, and he looked over and he was like, "That was actually pretty good."
It was pretty
Like,
good.
it
I
was like-
enjoyed
yeah,
myself.
it was a fun movie.
It's a fun movie, and that's what
Yeah.
you can always get. Carnage was a little rough.
Carnage-
The first one
Carnage
was an
was real
enjoyable
rough.
movie.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one
it
was
was.
an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I really like. Besides like the
Surprisingly.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Chen
Surprising.
thing, the
the
Knull
Knull thing,
like,
yeah.
but the time when he was in the casino part with Mrs. Chen.
Yeah,
It was
I love
funny.
I love when he's doing.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
It's
looking
just like
around.
going crazy.
They're all looking
And
at
he's
him.
like,
Yeah,
we lost
yeah.
our money. He's like, I need more money.
Oh, I need to play again.
Yeah, it's
We're
so
out of money.
good.
Dude, you've got a good Venom voice.
Yeah.
You have a pretty good Venom voice. I gotta
Listen,
give it to
I've
you.
listened to his.
That was good.
His
Greg's actually.
Greg's just in his room like,
Greg is
I'm
Venom.
sitting there.
Eddie! Just
Eddie, I need chocolate now.
yeah.
The thing is,
Nobody
his
hurts Mrs.
symbiote.
Chen.
His symbiote is just like some. It needs creatine. Like it just.
I need protein powder now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Greg.
This is the best. This is the best, Eddie. All right, yeah. I mean, I agree with you guys, especially with
Yeah.
the Knull part. Knull is definitely that's the big no. I'd say sometimes
just like, really.
if I have to pick something else for the bad, I'd
What would you?
say
Yeah. What would you say?
I mean, honestly, I think some of the scientists like just dialogue back and forth.
Yeah, it was just a little
kinda
bad.
crappy.
Yeah.
Like it's just not that the actress was bad or the actresses or actor or whatever, but I just felt kind of stale. Like it felt kind of campy and corny and just didn't fit. I didn't like it. I didn't like the Area 51 interactions. I thought that they were kind of
Yeah, and they go,
lame.
what's the new area 49 or something like
Right,
that?
no, it's like Area 53 or
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the dialogue too. Whenever Eddie wasn't talking, I pretty much just wanted everybody else.
Pretty
to
much when
stop.
Tom Hardy
I'm
wasn't
like,
around, I was
Even
Where's
Shitwell?
Tom Hardy?
Even Shitwell?
No, he was fine.
Okay, all right.
He was fine.
So
I
like
liked
main
his-
characters,
I
but like
liked-
side characters
Yes.
who have to say anything. You shut up.
I liked-
You stop talking
I
right now.
liked when I liked
Yeah,
when his-
maybe. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I liked when his whole team died. And they were like, oh, did you get samples? And he's like, get samples.
My whole
Like, it was
team
just-
just died.
Everybody's dead. Like, what's wrong
Yeah.
with you? I thought that was really
But
good.
that is like the difference between like the intellect and the
for sure.
realism. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's on the field. He
right.
sees it.
Boots
And
on the
they-
ground.
for
He's just
sure.
like,
Yeah.
no. They're all dead. That's the only samples I have.
Right, I'm
Yep.
not gathering samples off their bodies. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to tell their families they died.
Right,
That's
right.
what where his mind was. Yeah, no, I thought he was great. I think my favorite part though of like apart from the ones you guys mentioned because they were all really great. I really liked when Venom sacrificed himself at
Yeah.
the end.
Really?
Yeah, when he's holding
All of the
the creatures
xenophages.
all in that spot, and then they're pouring the acid over him.
Yeah.
and then he eventually like just reaches over and kind of does it himself and pulls
Yeah.
everything on himself. And
He picks
That
up
was
the
cool.
colonel or whatever, and he like holds him there because he needs his face
Right, he needs his
identification.
yeah, the colonel's
Yeah.
dying, and he picks
Yeah.
him up and holds his face in front. Super cool.
Yeah.
It's the lethal
I was
protector.
sad. I mean,
That was great.
yeah.
The lethal protector. Yeah, I felt.
Like I felt sad
yeah, right. When
because it's like through the crappiness
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the MCU recently, like there's
Yeah.
still been Venom.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Still
Like
right.
in Venom, you're like, wow, Venom's at least decent.
Right.
And then it's just like,
It's
Yeah,
kind of
when Eddie,
disappointing.
when Eddie wakes up, when he
That's
puts
where
the
we're at.
when he puts the door over Eddie to protect him from the which wouldn't have protected him from the explosion. That explosion went off. I'm like, Eddie's dead.
That's
Yeah,
my one
there's-
beef.
yeah.
I was going to say, I'm going to
Yeah.
ruin this and say that door
Eddie's
ain't
dead.
stopping
Yeah,
him.
it stopped the acid. That was great.
Yeah.
But then everything blew
The
up. I'm like,
explosion.
he's dead.
His
Dead.
skin would
But
melt.
then he was fine.
Dead.
Yeah, but
Dead.
when that being said, though, when Eddie woke up and he's like, hey, buddy, he's
Right.
like asking for him, and
that
he's
was
not
rough.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
oh
a hard,
man, that's harsh.
That's
like, that
a
was
hard
good.
scene.
It felt it was a good. Anyway, so Venom's death and Knull though have to do with
Yeah.
our end credits. So we'll let's talk about that with our.
There's so
with our
much to
verdict.
talk about.
There's not much. There's more.
Go ahead. We'll do it
I've
with
got
that.
more for you.
There's not.
Oh, just wait.
He's choking on his own lies.
Verdict time.
Sit on a throne of lies, Greg.
You smell like beef and cheese.
You smell like beef and cheese.
No,
Tis
so
the
we-
season.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a little bit here. We see 2 end credit scenes. We've got Knull in one, and we've got Venom maybe in another one.
Maybe.
So we see the last kind of sample
Danny
of
Rojas.
Venom get onto that cockroach, and so maybe Venom is still alive. We do know there's a Venom sample in the MCU,
2 places. Yep.
right? Because at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Venom was left in that Mexico bar.
Yep.
Or not Mexico bar. Where was he? Was he in Mexico?
Yeah,
Yes, it was a
Tijuana.
Mexican bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tijuana.
Yeah. So we've got 2 pieces of Venom that could be Venom. We also know that Venom in the comics and in the movies is a multi-dimensional being. So he knows about Peter Parker. He knows about the MCU.
Yep.
He voices that. He knows there are other creatures in other dimensions,
Right.
the multiverse. So it's very likely that Venom could end up crossing over to the MCU, which is what we've always kind of thought, especially after No Way Home. And there's been greater rumors that Spider-Man 4, which begins filming in 2025, will introduce the black suit on Tom
I think it
Holland.
has to.
It has to. It's
Yeah,
got
because
to.
Secret Wars is coming.
Right, Secret Wars is
Secret
coming.
Wars is coming. You have
and
to.
Venom was left
Right.
in the bar.
That-
Right.
Yeah, we all know that's coming.
We all know it's coming. So that being said,
He's not big enough, though.
who's not big enough? Oh, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Well, but Venom makes him bigger eventually. And in the original, if
There's
you
a
look at
way
the,
to rectify that.
yeah,
dude.
and if you steroids. And if you look at
Oh,
the
his form is.
yeah, but if you
Or
look
his,
at if you look at the first appearance of Black Suit Spider-Man in Secret Wars, he just looks like skinny Spider-Man, just in a black suit.
Skinny, but he doesn't look like skinny Spider-Man.
Yeah, look up the first
I've seen it.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, he's standing like this, kind of.
No, he's like this. But he doesn't look any bigger. Like look it up. He doesn't look like any. He doesn't look like
First
super
appearance
jacked
of
up.
Black.
Look at Black Suit Spider-Man Secret Wars cover. Just Google that. I'll put it up here on the screen.
Remember, I
somewhere.
told you should
Yeah,
buy
the one
that,
to buy it. Yeah, but
and
he
you're
ain't-
like, no.
I know I should have.
That was a stupid.
Well,
It was in like it was like a what
like
a
a
8.4 or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like $180 or something like that.
Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
that's gonna turn into like $500.
Yeah.
I know,
And
but
you're like, nah.
I
Dumb
had,
dumb.
I had a child coming. Were we pregnant at that point?
No.
I don't remember.
No,
Probably
no.
not.
no.
I think it was
you
before
had
that.
money to blow.
You had money to blow.
Well,
What
too
did you
late
not
now.
buy? A black
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit?
No.
You didn't buy the
Secret
comic.
Wars
Oh.
first issue of Black Suit Spider-Man. It was like an 8 something at a comic shop, and it was like $180 Anyway, so
Spider-Man fan calls himself a Spider-Man fan.
I do, but I'm also a very frugal person. You know that.
I know that.
So we have the Black
We
Suit
know.
Spider-Man joining the MCU most likely,
Yep.
which opens up the opportunity. Could Tom Hardy join up in Secret Wars when all the different multiverse come together? Could we see him come back as Venom again? The symbiote suit is still on his planet, possibly in the cockroach. So
Nope.
could it find his way back to Tom Hardy and come back to Secret Wars? He was
No.
asked if maybe he would fight Tom Holland in the multiverse, and he
Nope.
said maybe.
Nope.
So you don't think it's going to
You're
happen?
saying let Tom Hardy die?
No, I just don't think any
Well,
of
no,
it's
Tom
gonna
Hardy's
happen.
alive.
No, I mean
Let him not be Venom
Do you
anymore.
want? Do you want? I can go first. Given that.
For that one? So
For
that's
this.
the first one. Go
we
ahead.
are going
Yeah.
long, by the way. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are we doing verdict? Like, am I doing verdict with what I think about that?
No, because
Oh,
we'll do
okay.
these two, and then we'll jump. And then
Then
we'll
go
say our
ahead.
final.
Finish
Okay,
it
so
up.
then the second one is we see Knull and he wakes up, which we also don't know why he wakes up because
he was already awake.
no, he was chained up, but they destroyed the piece that Venom and
Beacon.
Yeah,
the
like what?
beacon. So what
Yeah,
actually
the
let
codex.
him out?
The
The
codex.
Codex,
that's it.
yeah.
Codex.
So, but he wakes up and the director has said
But
that the Knull. This is just the beginning of Knull. Knull's going to keep
correct
coming
me if I'm wrong.
in more
The way
movies.
that it was
We will.
described was that a codex is created when a symbiote brings
another one back to life.
No, not another symbiote.
I know,
brings
I
a
know.
host
Bring a host
Yeah,
back to life.
Yeah.
Like save their
Mulligan
host.
also has a codex.
Should.
By that definition.
Well,
But he wasn't his
definition.
host at that point.
Right. Well, did Mulligan?
Yes, you're right.
He wasn't host
You're
before.
right.
So that's-
you're right.
Yeah,
So
that's the
my
loophole.
only thought process is
Yeah.
there's another.
Is
That would
there
make
another one
sense
out
if
there?
he-
Yeah. There could be though another codex.
Did he
out
die
there.
again?
I
In
mean,
this
no.
movie?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But so did the symbiote. He got eaten.
That's true,
They
yeah,
got,
yeah.
he got
So
put
these are-
into the
Yeah,
wood-
Mulligan
the
kind of
wood-
got done dirty in
he
this
did.
movie a little
He got
bit.
put into the wood chipper, the symbiote wood chipper. Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
I tried to explain that to Victoria. She's
Cool.
like, "How is that?" I was like, "Well, there was like wood chipping aliens."
Yeah. And people. It was like
Yeah.
red mist and symbiote mist.
My thought
All right,
process
what do you
is
think?
there's another codex somewhere. You know.
Okay.
There had to have been.
There must have been, because how else
Yeah.
would he wake up?
Yeah.
So in other words, his creatures were out there looking for multiple codex. We just
Right.
saw the things
saw the Eddie
transpiring on
Brock.
Earth.
Yeah.
But
Did
there
they
was
ever
another one
say
out there.
how they have to like bring him to?
Yes, they
Yes.
gotta
Knull?
bring them both alive to Knull, and then Knull
would
uses
kill-
the codex.
Like
Yeah.
they sent the
And
wrong
they had
aliens.
to separate.
Their immediate
this
thing was like,
xenofacious- Yeah.
Not Venom though. That's why Venom could hold them, because they didn't want to kill him. That's
I
why
thought
he
the
could
whole
hold
thing
them together.
was that, like, to get the codex, they needed to separate
could
them and
regenerate
kill
after
one
all.
of them.
Yeah.
And that was to then get the codex out of the other.
Oh,
That was
maybe.
what I thought.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And I could be
so
wrong.
does that mean that Eddie still has the codex in him?
Maybe.
Weird.
Oh yes, no. I thought I had
don't know if
seen
Venom's
this.
dead,
Yes,
right?
that is the whole thing. It is.
Yeah.
Eddie still has the codex in him. Venom is dead.
Right.
Right. So Venom is dead.
Yeah.
So Knull can now get the codex
From
out
Eddie.
of
No, I
Eddie.
thought the codex died.
I thought the codex was in Venom.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. This
Drop
is a
it
whole
in the
mess.
comments.
This
We
is
don't know.
codex
sloppy.
died.
Holy
If
crap.
Either one
All
died.
right, all right,
Still
all right.
sloppy.
We don't know, and we're running along. So let's
right.
let's grab our verdicts. Let's grab our
Cool.
verdicts then. Who wants to start?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
It is what it is.
Is what? Oh yeah, right. So we
Personal and
do personal, and then just comic.
it's the same.
Both is what it
Both
is?
what it is.
Okay.
I actually am pleasantly surprised by the movie.
Yeah,
it
me
was
too.
better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be absolute garbage. I
Yeah,
thought the way
agreed.
that they were approaching it, like they didn't do a ton of advertising.
Not really,
for
no.
it.
The marketing was pretty
So
low.
I thought they were already like kind of
Rather have
chalking
that,
it up
though.
as a loss. You're
Rather
right.
have lack of
right.
advertisement.
Well,
You're
they
right.
didn't spend millions of dollars advertising.
100%.
on it.
Nope.
Yeah,
So
they
that
still
was
made the money.
my thought process is
Yeah.
it's an is what it is.
Is what it is.
It's a half decent movie.
Yeah.
But one of the things I had messaged you guys about was the variability of this movie being a good movie or a bad movie for me is what they do next.
Right.
Like
Sure.
here's the thing. If they do absolutely
Ball.
nothing.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, drop the ball. He's dropping the ball.
Yeah, dropping the ball.
I
If
was-
they do nothing,
I
if
thought
they
you said- I
do
thought you said null at first. I was like,
No.
what do you? Yeah,
if they do nothing
Yeah.
with any part of
Yeah.
Knull
Right.
going into other universes,
Yep.
Venom still being alive, Venom attaching to
then we reevaluate.
we
And it
would I
becomes
would need
garbage.
to reevaluate and
Yeah.
I would be like it's probably garbage.
Yeah.
Like to
Agreed.
me.
Agreed.
To me because it's like
Agreed.
you brought up Knull, you brought up the
Yep.
potential for a black suit Spider-Man
Right.
connecting through here. Like
The-
there's
the-
too
the
much.
Necroblade. We saw it.
I'm
He's
sorry.
holding it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's similar. I can't remember what other movie I talked to the same thing about.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
If it goes nowhere.
if we have seen too much
Yeah.
set up before, get excited about it, make
Yep.
clear connections,
Yep.
have it make too much
Was it
sense,
Deadpool?
and then it
Might
might
have
have been
been
Deadpool.
Maybe, yeah. Deadpool will be worse if it doesn't connect to other.
Or
things.
maybe it was Guardians 3 with the end credit scene
I
with
can't
all the
remember.
Guardians together.
I can't remember.
maybe.
I'd have to look back.
Yeah.
But
It could be all of those.
Could be. It
could
probably
be
is.
every single one.
Probably is.
But so it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my whole thing with all of that is personally, I believe they're not going to do any of it. I
Right.
don't believe
Right.
they're going to do any of it.
Right.
I believe we will have
yeah.
a black suit Spider-Man,
but it's not.
It
gonna
will
connect
not
to Eddie
be
Brock at all.
connected
To our Eddie.
this Eddie
Yeah.
Brock,
Right.
this Venom
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. It could be. I mean,
Personally, that's my take. I do believe we'll
Yeah.
have a black suit Spider-Man,
Oh,
but
for
it is
sure.
not going to be connected to this at all. It would
Right.
make too much sense, and there's going to be too much red
it
tape.
would make too much sense.
It would. It
Yeah.
would.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
dealt with it too
yeah.
often.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. The writing
you're
is
right.
on the wall. And it's going to be too much red tape with Sony. Sony's going to create
Right.
problems with Disney.
They're gonna want this,
Disney
they're gonna
just
want that.
doesn't. Disney doesn't need Sony.
Right.
It's going to be like, I'll
Right.
do our own thing
Like, we got
and whatever.
Spider-Man.
Right.
We'll cast our own Eddie Brock. We'll make
I don't
it
care.
happen.
Yep.
And you know what? It'll probably be good.
Yeah. And so
But
that's
yeah.
my take.
Gotcha. Brett, what do you think, man?
I don't know what else I could say. I'm with you. I think it's that 2BD factor, right?
Yeah.
Which
Directors
we assume
lie
is
to us.
nothing, but
Yeah, directors have lied to us many times. They have said that Knull is just the beginning, so they're going to do more Knull stuff, but we've had them lie lots of times. So if they're telling the truth, then great. If they're not, then we're not surprised.
yeah, it was entertaining.
No, but we're not. It's not that we're not surprised, but we're also pissed off.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you don't introduce Knull. How dare you?
Right.
How dare you do nothing with Knull?
They probably introduced
How
him and they're
dare
like,
you?
now nobody else can do it.
Right.
Disney will do it, though.
Well, and I need a quick look up. Okay, Andy Serkis was in this for 10 seconds.
Right. How long?
much did
How
he get
long
paid?
was
Get
no?
paid?
Oh, how much did Andy Serkis get paid?
No, that's my
I was
question.
curious too.
He was
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
How much did Andy
How much did
Serkis
he
get
get
paid
paid?
to play Knull for 10 seconds?
Yeah. All right, Brett. So you're is what is and is what is.
yes.
Is that what you are?
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay. All right. I'll go next, Harry. You can go last since you're looking it up. I agree. Is what is what it is. It was fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again. Like, I'd watch it again.
I'd watch it again.
Like, it's definitely not
No
a movie
doubt.
where I wouldn't watch again.
No
so
doubt.
I'll watch again. Yeah. So is what is what is.
Yep.
I hope and pray that we get some more Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock. I really do.
Same. I'm not rooting
And I
against
hope
it.
we get
I'm just
Andy
a realist.
Serkis. They were smart to cast Andy Serkis as Knull,
Yeah.
and that's
he's
a great idea.
casting.
And so I hope we get more of him.
It's a waste. But it's great
It very
casting.
well could be a waste, and I hope
Yeah.
it's not. All right, Harry.
Anything, Harry?
He made $36 million.
Well, funny thing said was that Tom Hardy made 20 million, 10 million for Eddie, 10 million for Venom. That's kind of funny. But
phenomenal.
20 million.
That's
There you
phenomenal.
go. Nothing for Andy.
I'm not finding anything.
Yeah. All right.
AI is not as good as I would hope.
Dang.
I'm not surprised.
But I guarantee you it's a big check.
Oh, sure. It's Andy Serkis. He is the leading everything
Let's go.
Wow.
in motion cap.
What do you
It
got?
says Andy Serkis reveals why he didn't return for Venom 3.
Was he not? Did they remove him as Knull? Is he no longer Knull? That would make it even more likely that they're not going to do Knull.
Exactly. Thank you.
Stupid. All right. Well, we'll let's look up this after the episode just so
Man.
that we can, and we'll put it on our socials. What
If
we
this
find.
goes down that road,
But Harry,
this guy's going to be rage. I'll
yeah.
have to be reason.
what do you
We'll
think?
know where that'll go.
What's your ratings there, Harry?
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
I know.
I love it.
This one's saying that he is, so I don't know.
All right. It's a confusing.
I think it's the
It's a
same thing. It's
confusing
what it
web.
is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we got a decent ending to Venom 3.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know why it's not making as much money. Maybe because people are just tired. I think it's the same thing as everything else. Why everything's not making money.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's tired of superhero stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not a great movie.
Maybe
Maybe
people
it's
are
because
burnt
Borderlands was coming out too. You know.
Yeah, right. It stole all the money.
Yeah.
out. They're burnt out.
Everyone
Maybe people are.
Yeah. I think
no,
people are just burnt out.
no,
Yeah,
not
maybe.
burnt out from superhero movies.
Just
From
burnt out in
bad
general?
superhero movies.
Which has just been superhero movies lately.
Thank
Right,
you. Well,
there's-
fair,
There's
fair,
been
Harry.
like it's been
Can't
like
argue.
10% good.
Can't argue with that point.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed. I didn't really know much about Venom besides that he was a what do they call that?
Symbiote.
No, like when good and bad guy.
Oh,
what do
an
they call
anti-hero?
Anti-hero.
it? Anti-hero.
Yeah,
I knew he was
yeah.
like an anti-hero.
Anti-heroes are the
And-
best. They're the best.
Yeah, they're some
Yeah.
of the best characters for sure.
Hands down.
But yeah, I just liked Tom Hardy's version, and I liked that Tom Hardy. I love it when the actors are just fully invested.
Full, yeah.
You know,
full
like-
send.
Yes.
Like
Full
Tom
send.
Hardy.
You could tell
Henry
he was there
Cavill.
for it. Yeah.
I mean, Christian Bale for most part. You know what I mean? Like,
Christian Bale was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes. We're not gonna talk about this. Anyway,
Michael
he
Caine.
was Michael
Michael
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Why do we fall? Anyway,
What's the point of doing all those?
no, but like
push-ups?
Matt Reeves, you know, like Matt Reeves is
My
like
favorite line.
and James Gunn, is
Yeah,
always
right.
reading comics. Like that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
makes it as fans.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
makes it great is when we see a character or an actor fully vested in their
Yes.
character, and that was Tom Hardy with this, and that's why I think we all enjoyed it because although Tom Hardy's a great actor, he's also just a very he's not a what do they call it, like a method actor necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't think he is, but I think
Yeah.
he's just a very invested actor. So
He gives 110% every time.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bad
and he just
movie.
likes doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one thing if you're getting paid, but He didn't get paid that much money. $20 million for today's standards is not a lot.
That's I could
use $20 million
I
right
think that's the standard
I know.
billing
Well, it's
for the lead actor when
really
it's that
even
caliber.
for somebody that
no,
He's
not all. But I'm saying when you've
Sure,
done that many,
He's no
that
RDJ.
caliber. No. Well, he's getting
RDJ's
RDJ got $50 million, but that was also because he got share. He got share.
Right.
of
I don't think Tom Hardy got share.
No, he didn't.
Venom though. Venom got share.
True.
Venom got percentage.
Does anyone want Cher though? She's kind of old now. Anyway,
And on that note,
no,
We'll be right back. Go ahead.
no, it just is what it is. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with what like Logan said. If it doesn't go anywhere, I'm not surprised, but I guess we'll reevaluate it. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
At the very least, go out and enjoy a decent movie,
Yep.
or watch it at home. Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your
I'm with you.
pajamas.
Pajamas, or do it in theaters in your pajamas. Whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Get down with your bad
Whatever
self.
floats your boat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Venom 3, guys, the end of the Venom trilogy. We hope to see Tom Hardy again. And whoever's playing Knull, I guess, if it's Andy Serkis or somebody else, I don't know.
How much did you make?
How
Dude,
much?
even if he made $100,000,
Still too much.
$10,000.
I'm really
a
gonna try
second.
to find this.
$10,000 a second. All
Wow.
right, guys. If you know,
That's math.
If you know, put it in the comics down below, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Legion of Comic Correction. Stay Legion.